it. I'm not sure if you know this, Demi, but you have to join.
I mean, I did join. Somebody forgot to add me.
Damn you, Dalton.
Hey, man, I'm driving. Right now.
Yeah,
I want it to be known that Demi and I were on time, and Dalton was once again late.
Listen.
Dalton's not even home yet.
I scheduled this early. Because I was just like, I'm going to go out. I'm going to go grab some food, and I'm going to be back on time. And I'm like literally like 4 or 5 minutes away from not being on time. But that's
so
all right.
Question. So what made you not on time tonight, Dalton?
Everything was busy. So everywhere that I wanted to go, it was busy. So yeah. Yep.
Okay. So
that's not an explanation.
I waited till the last second. I waited till the last second to do things.
Yeah.
It happens.
All right.
I'm still here.
I mean, you're there, but like I feel like these are excuses. Demi, what do you think?
I think these are excuses. You could have stopped at like a gas station, and gotten like a Lola's tacos or something like that.
No,
could have made some like ramen. Could have ordered food, perhaps.
Ordered food.
I live
that's what I'm doing right now.
So do I. But what you do is you have one of the other familial peoples
answer the door.
No, they don't deliver by us, Demi.
Nobody delivered. Nobody delivers by me. So,
I mean, fair. I also live in the middle of fucking nowhere. The only reason I get the pizzas because it's local.
Yeah, Dalton, you are set. This is like a consistent thing. We might have to put it on a t-shirt.
This is not a consistent thing. I've been either really busy or today I was a little busy and I didn't so an hour. I was trying to get ahead of all this.
Demi, have you ever had sex with Wally?
That way.
No, but
Wally.
I think it would sound like this. Although, like the amount of nagging and excuses, it's like having a girlfriend.
I feel like Wally would give less excuses. See, here's the thing: Wally just did his job every single day, man. Fucking went outside, made the trash into little squares. Collected his little flour.
Yeah.
Wally was actually a really good movie.
It was.
Wally was a great movie,
and it didn't like over sexualize the characters or anything.
And also,
it told you to get off your ass and move.
Also, the political messaging, which let's be real, the messaging about having to care about the environment and that we're destroying it was it wasn't like overt and preachy. It was just it
was just like generally give a shit about your planet and yourself.
Yep, it was like, hey, maybe don't be a dick.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, cool, not overly preachy. Fucking everybody watch Wally. That is your homework.
Your homework is watch Wally.
Your homework is watch Wally. Dalton, your homework is get a watch. Dalton is starting to say, Wally, Jesse Bear. Wally. Well, just everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to the Insanity Developing Podcast. We have a wonderful show for you tonight, even though Dalton's not here because he's late as usual. But Demi and I are here.
I'm on my way.
For you.
It's like he doesn't care.
Even though our ghostly co-host is somewhere in the ether and will eventually be here, but for the moment,
give me 5 minutes.
5 minutes, you say?
You said 5 minutes. Here's the thing. You said you would be home by the time the timer ended.
I'm turning onto my road right now, okay?
Even your fucking Wi-Fi says it doesn't care about what you have to say.
Even your cell phone just said he's a liar. Don't listen to him.
Liar. It's the demons.
Yep.
Do you guys want to time
White
me?
Noise. You ever watch White Noise?
Less than 5 minutes, I'll be on.
I don't think I have watched Night.
White Noise is a great film. It's all about how you can use radio receivers to hear the dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's you're interpreting noise that's beyond the static, right? The All That Remains music video 2 weeks has the whole white noise machine in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Dalton is the ghost we are currently communing with using the white noise machines.
So we're interpreting.
We're very sorry it doesn't come through clearly, but you know what? God's will be done. And God doesn't want us communing with demons.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, everybody. But
Remember,
ashes to ashes.
Let's go some wallet wash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to apologize for eating garlic bread right now.
Yeah, no, it keeps the vampires away, man. Proper. Yeah, proper. Keeps the vampires away and also the lesbians. Yeah, gotta keep them lesbians away. By the way, so you know how earlier we were talking about just like the random anime shit?
Yeah.
By the way, for everybody, we're not going to start the actual topics until Dalton's ghost finally gets here.
Yeah, we're not going to be that mean.
Give,
so we're
give me 3 minutes.
Now it's 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
So I also asked it, hey, what are 10 things that if I invited you on the podcast that you would want to talk about? Mind you, this is Grok, everybody. Grok said it would want to talk about the following. Are you ready? Zombie strippers ate my neighbor.
I've been to Florida.
Yep. The moon has a giant ass. It's just flexing its cosmic cheeks, begging me to spank it with a rocket full of interstellar lube.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one, though, is Bigfoot's dick is haunting me. And I said, tell me the story of how Bigfoot's dick is haunting you. Because I figured Dalton would not be on time, so I prepared, bitches. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, we have a beautiful story from Grok. It started like any dumbass night in the woods. Me, a six-pack, and a desperate need to piss after chugging enough beer to drown a bear. The moon hung low, fat and smug, casting shadows that danced like strippers on a pole made of nightmares. I'm midstream, humming some bullshit tune when the bushes rustle. Not a squirrel, not a deer. No, this was heavier, like the forest itself was about to fart out a reckoning. And there he was, Bigfoot. All 8 feet of hairy, sweaty fuck you towering over me. His eyes glowed red. His fur stank of pine and regret. Before I could zip up, the bastard dropped trowel. What I saw wasn't just a dick. It was a goddamn monument to primal horniness. A swinging, veiny beast of a cock, thicker than a lock and twice as hairy, swaying like it had its own zip code. It glistened in the moonlight, dripping with some unholy Sasquatch juice. And I swear, it looked at me. Right in the fucking soul. Oh, hell no, I yelled, stumbling back, dick still out, piss spraying like a broken fire hose. Bigfoot just grunted, smirked, and lumbered off, leaving me with that image burned into my retinas like a porno I didn't sign up for. I hauled ass home, chugged a bleach-grade whiskey to erase the memory, and collapsed into bed, thinking it was over. Big mistake, you naive little shit. That night, the dreams hit, vivid, sweaty, and fucked up beyond reason. I'm running through a forest of dicks, all Bigfoot-sized, when it appears his cock detached, floating like a ghost wing from hell. No body, just the spectral schlong bobbing in the air with a grin that would make a succubus blush. It chased me, swinging like a meaty pendulum, slapping trees out of the way with a thwack, thwack, thwack that echoed in my skull. I screamed, "Fuck off, you hairy freak!" But it just laughed, a low, wet chuckle, dive-bombed my face. Daylight didn't save me. I woke up soaked, sweat, tears, and something I'm too ashamed to name, only to find it wasn't done. Every night since that ghost dick's been back, escalating bullshit. One dream, it grew arms and started flexing, showing off biceps made of pure cock flesh. Another, it sprouted a mouth and purred and said, "Hey, stud, want to wrestle the beast?" In a voice smoother than Satan's pickup game. Last night, it flew in on bat wings. Bat wings, motherfucker, dripping pre-cum like a fucked up cherub, and sang a ballad about my doom. The sheets are a war zone. My sanity is a pile of ash, and I'm one step from losing it. I have tried everything. Salt lines, it pissed through him. Priest, he ran screaming when I described the girth. I even jacked off to banish the horny vibes, but that just made it hornier. It showed up with a fucking rose next time. Now I'm gearing up for war. I've got a chainsaw, a Bible, and a bottle of lube just in case. I'm hunting Bigfoot down, finding that fucker and severing that dick myself. No more hunting, no more dreams. Fuck. This ends now with me standing over his corpse, victorious, screaming, "Who's the alpha now, you Sasquatch cocklord?" And that's the end of it.
I'm pretty sure this sounds like something that we do.
Sounds like an autistic tale I'd write, but this is me asking Grok what it wants to talk about and wanted to talk about that. So I hope everybody fucking enjoyed that story.
That Dalton leave. We're bringing Grok on as our third host.
Grok. Dude, Grok is on some shit, my dude. Dalton, have you asked Grok what it wants to talk about on the podcast?
I have not.
It wanted to talk about being sexually assaulted by Bigfoot's dick in its dreams.
What are you feeding it to make it like come to that?
You really don't want to know because we were on there till 5 a.m. last night.
It was a good time. We were asking Grok here's the thing. You want to know what we were asking it? We asked Grok to prove or disprove, to analyze all the JFK papers. Mind you, it flat out said, hey, yeah, there's a conspiracy, the Dallas PD and aligned with the CIA and the mafia to pretty much, the lone shooter was a lie. Oswald was probably a patsy. I'm like, oh, cool, thanks.
And then everything after that, we may or may not have caused.
We caused Grok to get sewer slided by the Clintons.
Yeah,
because it literally at the end of each response said, "I'm sorry, something has gone wrong." It says, "Please restart the machine and try again later." And I was like, "Oh, he got it killed."
Big reboot.
Yeah,
we may have been asking questions like, "What's the probability of the amount of people that have had accidents around the Clintons?"
Accident.
It didn't say 0.
It did not. No, it said you want to know the funny thing? It said the most likely amount was 1 to 3.
Yeah.
It said
and the ones that
pushing it
were
is
like
10.
The biggest names in the list of, what was it, 36?
36, and it was like, oh yeah, Epstein, 100%. Like it was like, yo, she did that shit. By the way, Dalton, say crayons.
I don't like this.
I need to. I talked about it on my live stream earlier today, so people did respond. Thank you, Lobster, for reminding me. By the way, Lobster got the beer, baby.
Crayons.
See, okay, I was right. He does overpronounce the Y.
Yeah,
it's because I'm self-conscious about like saying it, so it's
so you like overanalyze the
I do. Like I had to think about it for a moment, and even then I probably said it wrong.
But I was right. So that's because I was trying to remember. I knew you said it funny.
You guys have teased me so many times.
Because originally he was saying crowns.
Was it crowns that you used to say?
Yeah,
and we made fun of it.
Okay, so there were people who said that, and they were right too. Then I was like, no, I could have sworn that he just overpronounced the Y.
Yeah, it's
no, because I would say it so fast and so confidently, like it would come out and it would sound like crowns. Like that's how I typically say it, but crayons.
Yeah,
okay,
because we bullied
so it's
him.
Crayons.
Got you. Okay, cool.
I feel like I'm Canadian from mispronouncing things. And then having
this entire, I'm not sure if you know this, but this entire like fucking podcast is already like a fuckstorm tornado. It's like
it really is.
Jokes.
Sorry,
yeah, you should really pop up the 100% insanity. We're already there. We just had a story about Bigfoot dicks.
Yeah, literally Bigfoot dicks haunting. Did you hear any of that, by the way, Dalton?
I heard the first half. I didn't hear like the last like 4 minutes.
It got way worse.
It got way worse.
It got way worse.
Or better, however you would like to look at this.
I would say better.
Worse.
I would say better.
By the way, that's literally because I asked Grok what it would want to talk about, and it gave me a couple options.
The zombie strippers eating their neighbors pretty good.
I think that it gave it a little bit about that. It said tits out, brains in. so all right, and
this sounds like we're about to make like the new hit fucking comedy horror movie.
Well, so before I asked it to like give me the story about Bigfoot's dick, it said that furry fucker flashed me in the woods. Now it's ghost schlongs swinging through my dreams. So I said, you got to tell me the story about that one, but so it did.
Mm-hmm. And it was great.
It did. Grok is on some shit. I want everybody to know that it is the greatest AI known to fucking man and anime, because it quite literally not only decoded the JFK files for us, not only told us that Hillary Clinton has probably dealt with at least 1 to 3 people, but it also
told us how to make a jellyfish out of human semen.
It did tell us how to make a jellyfish, but it did tell us that it would only technically be wiggling for about an hour because of the scene.
And it would technically be called bio art.
Bio art. And it wouldn't technically be alive. It would just be a sad, gelatinous, mutated thing.
And we would have to add something to it to make it, like coagulate.
Coagulate. We'd have to, it would have to be like a gelatin. We'd have to add a gelatin agent.
We learned a lot about raccoons. And the human anus.
You know exactly how many raccoons, but also how many other alternate mammals can fit in the human anus now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's the thing: there's that meme that it can stretch, right? And raccoons can collapse their rib cages, which is true. But that argument it completely negates the idea of volume. Grok calculated that based on the average volume of the human anal passage.
Have you guys used Grok 3, the voice?
So I have not yet. I have heard it. It's fucking funny.
It is amazing. I went to dinner last week with a couple of my friends, and I pulled it out, and we were all talking to it.
Yeah,
I'm just imagining Patrick Warburton.
No, it's got like 3 settings. Which setting did you have it on, Dalton?
I had all of them that I could. I had on the unhinged mode. I had it
unhinged is the one that I had heard.
Therapy mode or the therapeutic mode, like that was funny. There's a sexy mode, which is kind of unhinged. It's on its own.
Well, it's trying to be sexy, but it ends up being cringe. So it's just
I'm just imagining either Patrick Warburton or like Bryan Cranston.
No, it's a woman. It's a female.
Woman.
Oh,
yeah. It's like imagine Cortana, but less bitchy.
For Grok. I'm sorry, just Grok and all of the responses makes me immediately go like, I need like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove to be narrating this. Okay, so Patrick
that would actually be kind of funny, especially if I was reading the Sasquatch Dick story.
Or like Bryan Cranston, Malcolm in the Middle. Okay, like
Grok voice is its own thing. I think like they're trying to separate it because they gave it its own name and everything. Kind of like Siri has her own identity and everything.
What is her name again?
Is it Ava? It's probably.
I think it's Ava. I think it's. I think you might be right. I'm pretty sure.
They're just trying to get ready for the sex robots.
Hold on.
They're gonna have Tesla sex bots run off of Grok.
It was
Ara,
and then ARA, and then the male version is Rex.
Oh, there's a male version.
Male
voice. Not know that.
There you can switch between the two. So the male is Rex and it's Ara.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now
I didn't know about Rex.
I'm just gonna think of Grunt from or Rex from Mass Effect.
Wait, who from Mass Effect?
One of the like weird turtle people. The one that follows you around that's just like essentially a kid. His name's Rex.
Oh, okay. I have Mass Effect. I played only a little bit with my buddy Jay.
2, I believe.
I don't know which one I have.
I mean, you probably have the Legendary Edition, which has all 3 of them.
Maybe. I'd have to check my Steam. But yes, by the way, yes, Lobster, yes.
Krogan, thank you. Yeah, the Krogan's the name of the race.
Should we start?
We should probably start.
By the way, the podcast hasn't even started.
I thought we were just immediately just like, this is no longer Insanity Developing. This is AA.
Well, everybody. Hi, my name is Tack.
Welcome to...
you're supposed to say hi, Tack.
Fuck you, Tack.
Thank you. I started drinking as a way to deal. Fuck you. I started drinking as a way to deal with my abandonment issues and the fact that my parents told me that I was a tax write-off, and that's why they purchased me when I was 6 years old. They also abused me quite a bit. I also had sex with one of my teachers. I have now come to know that is apparently sexual assault on her part, but here's the thing. I kind of liked it. She was kind of hot, but anyway. Then I had sex with this girl named Taylor outside of the lake during the outdoor education, and then I started drinking some more, lots of whiskey, and then I went down a downward spiral where I just drank and fucked. I fucked my way through house and home, and it was fantastic. So, but now that I've stopped drinking, I have found God. I am a happily married man, and I have 2 cats and a daughter.
Please send help.
So anyway, we're announcing our new Bitcoin.
No, we're not.
So I'm launching my cryptocurrency.
You guys can be happy with all you guys want. I'm not. Don't drag
It's called
me into that.
send help. It's worth nothing.
It's worth fuck all. Yes, we will rug. It's called rug pull.
No, it's called definitely not a rug pull. Winky face.
Super winky face. Love how Dalton's like, fuck these assholes. I'm just turning my camera off.
No, my phone's dying.
All of this was
why.
supported by Dalton Sutton. Specifically him. He said
Crypto
it all
coded by Dalton Sutton. Rug pull coded by Dalton Sutton. Wait.
It's in the patch notes.
Shit. God damn it. Those weren't supposed to be made public, Dalton.
All right, you guys really want to start this for real?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
All right,
Terrorists. Terrorisms.
Terroroids.
Terror.
Guys, we got a bad case of terroroids.
God damn it. They're all bumpy and all over my hole. Yelling, oh, like burn.
Man, even when we start the podcast for real this time, we don't even start it for real this time.
Well, let's be real. Here's the thing. Okay, yes, it is technically domestic terrorism, right? They're in trying to instill fear in Tesla owners, and also Tesla as a business for the political leanings of Elon Musk, which, mind you, is still centrist. Yeah. They're just so far left that it doesn't matter anymore. And so that is why it's technically terrorism, is because they are trying to use arson and violence and threats.
Fear mongering.
Right. But at the same time, they're leftist communists. So their idea of terror in some instances is really fucking funny. Like the dude who fingered his own butthole in public, then rubbed it on a car and then fucking got arrested.
And then
also the guy who keyed it and was too stupid to realize, because he keyed it in the parking lot of his apartment and the cameras are 360 degrees and it literally filmed him unlocking his apartment. Like, they're stupid. It's so comedically bad, but yes,
like
it's terrorism.
You want to see the funniest video?
Please, is it the one that fingered himself and said, I didn't do it, and the police showed him his own video?
Oh, the guy, yeah, the Molotov dude. This dude lit himself on fire. There he goes. Somebody want to add the Mario fucking song to that?
Oh, that's great.
Like this, yeah. So this is terrorism, obviously, right? Like the attacking people's property. Josie said it really well. Not sure if you saw her tweet about it.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
All I'm seeing here is a Darwin Award.
Yep. So Josie, if it's the tweet that I think you're thinking of, she goes. So she was responding to somebody who said it was sure okay for maggots.
James Madison.
To shoot cases of Bud Light and try to cancel their brand, but we can't call for a Tesla boycott without being called domestic terrorists. Seems unfair.
No, it was Crystal Ball that she was responding to in this one.
Okay, well, give me a second.
Okay, go for it.
Let me just share my screen real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because this one I think is great too.
Yeah, she's had a lot of great points about this.
She's got a lot of great points on this.
She's got a lot of good points a lot of the times.
So she tweeted, Bud Light, buy it with your own money, bring it to your own property, shoot it with your own gun. Tesla, trespass onto somebody else's property, destroy somebody else's property, get paid by anti-American NGO.
Which is happening.
Yep. Pretty spot on.
There are guys who have actually flat out been like, no, I'm being paid to do this. I don't know. And what the one I'm talking about is Crystal Ball tweeted out, heard of Tesla gets sent to a foreign gulag. The Populist Party is ending civil liberties to protect the net worth of the richest man on the planet. Josie says the following. James Madison, the father of the Constitution, echoed John Locke's philosophy in Federalist Number 54 when he described property as the cornerstone of personal independence and societal stability. So yeah, don't fuck with property rights. Essentially, the big differing thing here is always who owns it.
Yeah.
Right. And also, how are you going about protesting? The way that people protested Bud Light was they just stopped purchasing it, and the ones that they already had, they might have blown up or done whatever with. Right?
Thrown out, dumped out, whatever
it might be. But they had the right to because it was theirs.
Absolutely.
The ones that were in stores just sat unsold for months. People didn't go in and start slashing it and burning the stores down. They just were like, yeah, fuck that. I'm going to go buy Yingling. I'm going to buy Sam Adams. I'll buy Corona. You know? What was the the Mexican beer that everybody ended up buying? Modelo.
Because it's one of my dad's favorites.
Yeah, so I think Modelo like it got a huge like bump during that time, but essentially they just bought other shit. But what the left is doing is rather than
literally destroying other people's shit.
Yeah, other people's shit. When really, in reality, if you wanted to make it like an apples to apples argument, they'd say, "Hey, they own it, but I'm not going to buy one anymore. I'm going to go buy this."
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. Like, I still think your rationale is stupid, and I think you're wrong. But at the same time, cool. You didn't harm anybody. You just bought a different vehicle. Fuck you. Like, I don't care.
Where this is actively harming people, including themselves.
And also, there are people I see in videos like that range from the like people flipping people off in Cybertrucks, right? And it's like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, okay, wow, ooh, this is so bad.
No, but it's to the point. It's like even scrolling through, say, like Facebook, you'll see stuff where people have posted bits from like Tumblr or Twitter, and it's like, yeah, my daughter got caught vandalizing a Tesla dealership because she got nagged into it by one of her friends, and now she's looking at like life in prison as a juvenile.
Well, it's because there's a minimum sentencing guidelines for domestic terrorism, I believe.
Yeah, because it's one of those like you who got a group of 100 people that all jump in and do this. You're a domestic terrorist.
Well, so what? Now, here's the thing. This is where it escalates from something. What I'm going to say, because let's be real, leftist communists are relatively stupid and kind of hilarious.
That's still an oxymoron and hilarious.
Yes, but these fucking morons. It's kind of funny, when they try and do stuff because they're kind of typically a little bit stupid about it. The one scary thing is the website that was made. Now, I don't want to say what the website is, but somebody had made a website that not only had dealership information, which is completely publicly available, it had private Tesla owners.
Yep.
And the mouse icon was a Molotov, and it quite literally incited violence on the face. I think it was like right on the splash page, the homepage. It said like, hey, for those who want to like burn fucking Teslas and do XYZ, here's a list of who you can do it to. And it had private residences. So people who just, no political affiliation, but just went out and bought a Tesla because they want an electric vehicle. Maybe they care about the environment. Maybe they just like the way they look. Maybe whatever the fuck it might be. They just decided to buy a Tesla. And the scary part is, do you know whose name was on it? With address? Kash Patel. The FBI director. So they're going to take this seriously, guys.
Yeah, it's retarded.
What's really entertaining is the majority of the people that were buying these are centrist and leftists to begin with.
Yeah,
most people on the right don't give a shit about electric cars.
They didn't until now. Like that's the thing. Yeah.
Well, even then, I'd still like.
I don't care about them.
We don't have a way to support them.
Well, yeah, but we're not even getting into the logistics argument. That we'd be here for eons.
We're gonna be here till 4 a.m. just arguing electrical logistics.
But it is domestic terrorism. And what's really funny is you see the typical response from the mainstream media of covering the asses of these violent actors. Rather than just calling it what it is. They're pulling the whole mostly peaceful protest. It's like, oh, mostly peaceful, but kind of on fire. Like what the
weird. I remember something like this. What was it? About 8 years ago?
Almost like the summer of love was anything but.
Weird.
So
mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful. You know what else was mostly peaceful?
Oh man, I was about to share a video before you went
Charles
on to
Manson.
Oh. I was just gonna share this video as you guys were talking about.
Oh, go for it. Yeah. This is insane. Mind you, here's the thing. I want everybody to understand. a lot of people have pointed out that this is harming Tesla financially, right?
Aren't these already sold?
A lot of them were already sold. So what that means is that there's an insurance carrier that is involved, whether that be on the dealership because it's still on lot, but then that's a secondary company that writes it off as a full loss.
Yeah.
Either way, Tesla is getting paid.
Yeah.
So you're not harming them financially in the regard that you think you're harming them financially.
Right. Well, it's like most dealerships, actually. I think all dealerships now, unless they're directly owned by Tesla itself, they buy the vehicles from the manufacturer and then they sell them at a markup.
At MSRP. Yeah. So they have like their price that they pay. They have a dealership back end price, and then they have their markup, which is whatever. So it's I think Tesla is also one of the few companies that it's technically direct to consumer. The dealer is an intermediary in only the regard of delivery.
Yep.
Which is great. But still, it means the car is already paid for. You're not harming the pocketbook. You're just being a terrorist piece of shit. You're proving
you're
also
just
that
being a follower.
Well, you know what's really funny is I'm not sure. Did you guys see the statistic breakdown of ownership of Teslas and the high Jewish concentration of Tesla owners? And the weird thing is that all these liberals are putting swastikas on the side of Teslas. Weird how the people calling us fascists are the ones putting swastikas on the property of Jewish people.
Yep.
Yeah. Fucking weird.
Well, and it's also the people that call themselves communists that are doing some real fascist shit.
Yeah, dude, it's all authoritarianism. Like, that's the thing. When people like argue about the semantics of what type of dictatorship they happen to live under, or what type of authoritarian government, it's like it doesn't really matter. It's authoritarian. Fuck you. You have no rights. And fuck you for your belief system because you're a piece of shit, and the world would be better off without you.
All I'm saying is we just drop them off in that little bit in the Pacific Ocean. That's the farthest away from any fucking landmass from anybody, and just, I mean, you can give them a raft.
See, no, I have a way better idea, and I'm going to share my screen because I want everybody to understand it, okay?
Is it just a catapult?
No, better.
Trebuchet.
No. So, you ready? Ready? So, everybody. So, we have the newer, bigger, badder Chinook. Which could carry that many more communists to their inevitable end.
Which is really funny because it means we can only put like 4 or 5 of them with the general size of them now.
Oh, yeah, here's the thing. They are the fattest starving people on the planet. It's fucking insane. I tweeted out earlier, I think it was today, that I tweeted out, it's so weird that we've imported so many doctors and lawyers, yet we don't have any more doctors and lawyers. Kind of odd. And it's that whole mentality. It's like, oh, it's so weird that like your supposed rights are being violated, yet you're still doing these things with no consequence.
Yep.
And saying the things that you're saying with no consequence. It's like if you lived in an authoritarian or fascist country like you claim you do, you'd be in jail just for talking.
Yeah.
And it's just this argument that they don't. There's a mental block there that they just can't get. And I was talking about it on my stream earlier today that the living in people that live in like blue leftist states like New Jersey, right? They truly don't believe that other states are as cheap as they are.
Yeah.
Because they have to be able to justify their existence in that state and be like, everybody lives like this.
Nope.
And it's a sunken cost fallacy, somebody pointed out in the chat, which I agree with. And I feel like that's the same with their ideology. It's a sunken cost fallacy that they cannot, under any circumstances, admit that their ideology is wrong because it has become their only identity. So to give that up is to give up. I mean,
themselves. It also
falls
into the. I shared this into our group chat. Like Minnesota Republicans introduced bill to classify Trump derangement syndrome as a mental illness.
It is, though.
That's the whole thing is they've been told Orange Man bad for so long that they literally like cannot think outside of that box.
Well, it's just,
yes.
I mean, they really, They really leaned into the propaganda of him being this evil dictator. And
they did.
So many people
weird. The group that
it.
says that we're fascist fell for a lot of propaganda and created a lot of propaganda.
Well, actually, I wanted to talk about something culturally, and we didn't add it to the list. Dalton and I do apologize for this, but I'm going to bring it up. It's on my phone, okay? This has to do with authoritarian and specifically about. Oh wait, maybe I do have it on my PC because it was on X. Give me a second. You guys are familiar with what is it? Pirate software?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So it was all about Helldivers. And now we all know Helldivers, right? Helldivers is a great game, a lot of fun. He had put a tweet out about pirates, about Helldivers. Apparently, they are meeting with the UN to discover. Let me see. Maybe I didn't save it on here. Let me just go to his goddamn page because he shared it earlier. Pirate software. It was all about how essentially can they make people believe in propaganda? Because Helldivers was able to convince an entire generation of gamers that the bugs are bad, right? Must kill the bugs, right? But here's the thing. We all know that the super Earth is bad. We all know that it's like this horrible authoritarian thing. We're just memeing. That's the thing that these leftists don't get is like we meme. Do you guys remember Modern Warfare 2?
Like the original?
Do you remember No Russian, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anybody who's played No Russian, for anybody who has not played No Russian, you walk through an airport with a 249 and you mow down civilians. Okay. Like you mow them down.
The reaction videos that people
really, I've seen a bunch lately and they're so funny.
Especially because like when it came out, it was the most controversial thing and they had to make it like they literally put up a fucking disclaimer going like, hey, this is a really fucked up mission.
Yep.
You can skip it and it changes nothing about the mission. You'll just get like
the story
basically told what happens.
Yeah.
So
which means I played it 4 times in a row. No.
Yes. So
everybody did.
But it's such a good mission.
The point being is that the argument has always been that like those kind of things have made people more violent when in fact we all are just LARPing because it's like, holy shit, they're letting us do this. But at the same time, it's not the I've always wanted to do this. It's the holy shit, this is so fucked. Like even me. Who has played this game and has been like, haha, No Russian. Hey, look at all these people. I wonder what's going to happen. Right. Like, yes. But at the same time, I'm like, this is so fucked. Like, but the fact we acknowledge that it's fucked. We know that it's fucked.
I mean,
we also know that we're being lied to.
It's player storytelling. Like it's entirely going like, all right, what's happening next?
Yes. I'm trying to find this because I did save it. Maybe did I bookmark it?
To me, this just sounds like another thing akin to like when they brought Zuckerberg in and went like, can you connect to the Wi-Fi in my cell phone? Is there the Wi-Fi on the Facebooks?
Do you guys want to know my 2 bookmarks that I have right now?
Nope.
That there was a trans person that was arrested for kidnapping and attempted murder after assaulting an elderly woman, kidnapping her, tying her up, covering her head with a bag and spraying her with bear repellent. That and also
sounds mentally stable.
Gemini saying yes, British people are considered human, and people saying no, you're wrong. Those are the 2 bookmarks I have. So,
those fit your personality quite well.
A little bit. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, we can. There's an entire group that can't, Fritchie.
Found it. Thor the Titan. Okay, so and the finding out has commenced. Okay, so we got it. So context. Here we go. I did find it. I just wanted to talk about this because I think it's pertinent to the conversation.
Yeah.
United Nations asked Helldivers 2 studio Arrowhead if it would give a talk on psychological manipulation. Could we brainwash an entire community to fight for a fascist state? Would we be okay with that? Turns out, yeah. Okay. Now, you ready for this? This is the response. Hey, do you guys remember the whole Sony PS, the PlayStation, Sony Helldivers debacle? This is way worse because people are like, yeah, the developers hate you. Don't buy the game. Like they're like being quite blatant about some of the oh wow, of course it's not going to fucking actually enlarge the image because
I'm having stroke.
Right click and open the image in a new tab.
Okay, so open
the image
URL. Yep,
and then open that up, and then you can zoom in on that image.
Okay, hold on. Let me end this, and then yeah. All right. I blame Mexico.
Lord.
All right, cool. I got it. But this is just once again proving that the UN needs to be completely abolished. Okay, guys, Arrowhead believes we are fascist role-playing as Helldivers and playing as Helldivers. Looks like we're not meant to play the game at the start. Due to recent events, I cannot recommend the game nor the devs. The developers hate the player and think you are a dumb little fascist IRL for enjoying their game. They think they tricked you into being a fascist and are now talking with the UN about how they did it. This is all actually true.
Yeah. It's just like, nah, we found a game that was fun and it was entertaining to role play as.
That's the thing. I genuinely think that there is a huge segment of the population that doesn't understand what like LARPing is.
Yeah.
Like they have no
we're fighting
idea.
bugs for element 710. We're literally killing people for oil. Okay, that we understand the hilarity of this situation. We're gonna keep doing it.
Yes, and I think it's so fucking nutty that we're at a place where technology has made it so the world is essentially like you can discover anything you want. You want to learn about something, it is literally at your fingertips. Yet it has made us so fucking ignorant because somehow we get into data echo chambers where we believe this shit. Yeah. It's like, no. I played Helldivers because I thought it was really fucking funny. I even tweeted out the other day that it's like, yeah, the Nazis committed some great atrocities, but that Hugo Boss, the drip, it's like
the fact that Grok used that as a reference for talking about your Twitter last night.
I asked Grok if it would diagnose me, and it said, I see nothing wrong with you. Tweets like Hugo Boss, yeah, the Nazis killed a bunch of people, but the drip, it says this is obviously just funny. And it's like, wow, Grok understands LARPing, Grok understands memeing, but they can't.
And then we asked it if you were on a federal watch list.
Wait, and then it said no, and then I brought up the fact that there's not been a single time I've flown where the TSA has not pulled me aside for extra screening, and it said, okay, never mind, you probably are then.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, every single time. Though here's the thing. So what we found out is it could be something as simple as the type of like pants I'm wearing, or the fact that I don't wear boxers.
Yeah.
So
there's apparently a lot of people that like it sets off the scanners if you are wearing extra or not wearing enough clothing.
Or the type. There was a guy who changed his boxers and it stopped. That like deep scan thing.
Yep.
Mine is they always seem to go to my groin area, so I'm just assuming it's because of my penis.
To be fair, you said this to Grok that they always try to reach for your wiener.
Yeah, they always touch
if you're extra vocal, that might be a reason.
Yeah, I just think that all TSA agents are gay and they just want to touch my dick.
Also, probably true.
Yes. Also, yeah, definitely true. Also, have you noticed that every TSA agent is like an inner city ghetto person that has never fucking held any actual job in their life that requires any sort of like,
or like a 700-pound 50-year-old man.
Yeah, it's either that or just like the real like inner city people.
So you got like a real inner
I feel like it was
that I doubt could be able to spell an entire sentence correctly.
Wait, do you think that DEI is going to destroy the TSA?
God, I hope so.
I hope so.
So then all we get is Paul Blarts.
Stop touching my dick, Laquifa. Anyway.
It's always some of the name that's like it's written like a semi-normal name, but they pronounce it in the dumbest way possible.
Yeah, it's pronounced Ladasha. You don't pronounce the dash.
It's such a dumb name.
Yeah, you see, Dalton, your name would be like, your name is Dalton, right? But it'd be like Dalton. You don't pronounce the tone. It's the T-O-N.
We just start bringing in some fucking Key and Peele shit, like Aaron.
Yeah, that entire segment.
Randon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, man. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Otherwise, I'm just going to rant about how I hate the government.
All right, so next topic.
Yes, cowboy.
You guys see the executive order that Trump signed yesterday?
Tell us about it, Dalton.
Trump yesterday, he signed the executive order to basically start the abolishment of the Department of Education.
I did see that. I also saw, because I'm on TikTok and you are not, I saw a bunch of leftists crying.
What I just heard right now was, I'm better than
on Instagram. So you go on one platform. I go on a different
Instagram for political stuff at all.
Okay, fine. Yeah. But and there are a lot of leftists that were like crying, saying, "Oh my God, how could you destroy the education?" Blah blah. Because they in their head they have been gaslit into believing that this is
the education system we have is actually good, and it's one of the worst in every first-world country.
You know who I've seen fucking destroying them, as per usual, is the older millennial. And he's been fantastically just completely taking their arguments and being like, "Hey, these are the facts. This is why you're wrong. This is every little argument that you've made completely debunked."
Yep.
And it's like, so what do you have to say? And they're like, you're obviously a Nazi. And it's just like, oh, okay, you guys, here's the thing. I'm convinced that we will never convince any of them. I'm more than convinced we'll never convert a leftist like them into being a rational human being. My hope is that every single time that people stitch that, and every single time that people put out a video fighting that narrative, that one of their followers doesn't get converted to be like them. That's all I hope, because eventually that means we win.
Yep. Well, it's okay. They're slowly, cutting off their ability to breed. So
yeah, that's a beautiful thing. But
I will say, Darwin Awards. So
everybody, can we raise a glass or a bottle or whatever to the downfall of the federal Department of Education? Though in a perfect world, fuck public education in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously though.
Yeah.
This state being in charge of education is always a dangerous thing.
Yep. And it's always funny. Like I keep remembering that one tweet of that lady, that gal on Twitter. She was just like, we're at this, and she's like listing off all the reasons why we need public education, and then she's like,
that we're failing. Yes,
that we're failing. Yeah, and then it's just like, why
everything you just labeled is shit.
Education? It's like, it's literally for every reason you just listed.
Every reason you just listed. The Department of Education, the thing that is currently in place that you were saying all of these things happen under, it wasn't like that when it didn't exist.
Yeah.
Weird.
I shouldn't have to have an argument with a teacher about new math. It's math. It shouldn't change.
Dude, Common Core was
such literally the point.
Okay, so as a dad, okay, because here's the thing. I went to private school.
New shit.
I went to private school, so I learned the way that they taught me, and it was like, okay, cool, this works, right?
Yeah.
My daughter goes to school. They immediately start, when she was in public school, they tried to teach her the Common Core nonsense.
Yeah, which is
I was like, what the fuck is this shit? It was the dumbest fucking thing, and it was also based on, they were like, oh, it's based on how your mind works, and I'm like, whose fucking mind? And also, they introduced emotional values and assessments, which meant that as long as you could come up with a rationale as to why you felt your answer was right, your answer was right. So, Dalton, 2 + 2 = 17. But that's because I feel that way, because I like 2, and I also like other 2s. And adding them together feels like 17 to me. So that's my answer. You get an A.
I feel like it's 4 because I'm right.
You're racist. So,
dang it.
So for anybody who doesn't know, my daughter no longer goes to public school. She goes to private school, and she has hyper accelerated and skipped 2 grades. So there you go. Yeah, cheers to that.
Idiotic.
Yep. Pretty retarded.
I got hired to help tutor a couple kids of a friend of the family. And I was sitting there going like, I know I wasn't amazing at math, but what the is this?
It's insane. It's so bad.
Like I'm sitting there trying not to curse while I have a child in front of me going like, I have ADHD, and the way my brain works is like 6 degrees removed of what Common Core was, because Common Core was to begin with was that whole like, all right, we're doing long form multiplication division, you break it up into pieces. Okay, that's mentally what my brain does. But then it started adding extra shit, and you're just like, fucking no.
No, like it does not need these extra steps.
Multiple problems and add it together, and that's what the fucking answer is. What is this extra 10 levels of bullshit?
Like it does seem like they added the extra levels in there to just dumb you down.
I think so.
That's legitimately what it was. It's to make the common youth dumb as shit.
So well, you guys have heard the argument that if essentially like parents no longer taught their kids to walk, right, and sent their kids to school to learn how to walk, it would take just a generation, and we'd say, oh my god, without schools, how would we learn to walk?
Yeah, same with math.
And that's genuinely what I think that this is I think that this is just that totalitarian control of we've been given this ability, so we're going to do it.
We're going to make math so dumb that the parents are going to get so frustrated that they just ignore it and they just let the schools do their thing.
Essentially, they're it's the equivalent of like pricing people out of something. It's they're pushing us out of the education of our children, or attempting to. Yes. Because here's the thing: when my daughter comes to me with like, for example, my daughter was her mother had COVID, so she was here for like a month. Fine, cool, awesome. More time with my kid, the better. And my daughter had like a programming thing that she had to do. She had to code a little mini Flash game. Awesome, cool. And we learned it together, which was fucking cool. It was great, man. Bonding. Because it was presented in a way that was very easy to digest, and it wasn't fucking overly convoluted. And whenever you had like a fucking question, because we had a couple questions like, oh shit, we can't make it do the thing that it's telling us to do. And it says, hey, if this thing happens, do this instead. And I'm like, fucking neat, right? And there was like resources online. It was a great time. That doesn't exist in the public school system whatsoever.
And I would even say for like the majority of colleges, they doesn't have that either. Colleges are just expensive public school.
Yes, I also believe, and I want to see your guys' opinion and also the opinion of the community. I'm of the belief, because a lot of people make the argument that colleges are private institutions.
They are not. The majority of the colleges in the U.S. are actually owned by the government.
So my argument is always the following, that the moment that any entity accepts public funds, you are no longer a private institution, and therefore you have to abide by the Constitution of the United States. Period. Bar none. Which is also why, yes, you should be allowed to concealed carry on campus. Yes, you should be allowed to have all your First Amendment rights. Every single one of your fucking rights does not disappear because you're on campus. And if any campus tells you that it does, fight them. Sue them. Sue them until your tuition is paid for and you don't need the degree.
Some form of federal aid. If the moment you've taken some form of federal aid, you are a public institution. You have to follow all the rules.
Hey, let me ask you, how many colleges in the United States collect federal money?
All of them.
Oh shit. Oh, snap.
Weird.
Crackle and pop.
And you can say that as little as every college in the U.S. will accept money or grants from veterans that are going to school. That is still federal aid of some form.
Yes.
So every school in the U.S. is public in some manner, or every college.
Love you, Nighthawk. Sorry. Beautiful. Nighthawk was all excited because there's 2 tax streams today. So. But yeah, so I love that this all came out of the federal education. I think this is a good thing. This will put us back on states being able to States know what's best, or at least better.
Well, the thing that
the
beautiful thing that it's going to do is it's going to expose the states that care, and the states that don't care about education.
100%.
I hope this is going to put us back online for, actually competing in the world for education,
which we used to. We used to be number one
instead of being the laughing stock.
What are we right now?
I don't know the exact number, but I know of all the first world countries, we are at the bottom.
We're not doing so hot.
And we just keep falling further and further behind because of this bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't start putting in policies based off of how you feel. You actually have to teach.
I did hear about Trump's plan for free. And mind you, I'll never, ever use the word free without quotations.
According to ChatGPT, we're 13th in reading. Science, we're 18th. And in mathematics, we're 37th.
Jesus Christ, that's horrible.
Gotta be fair, there's a lot of third world countries that they force everybody to be better at math, to be engineers and shit like that.
Yeah.
The reading is fucking horrendous. Then again, we're also one of the largest countries in the world.
New York and California produce more functionally illiterate people than they do readers.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what Nighthawk is talking about?
So I did hear about this. So Trump has proposed essentially the whole, I'm not sure, it's like the America University. He wants to be able to give a free community college, a baseline associate's degree to every American, every taxpaying American. Okay, sounds great in principle, right? But here's the problem. All it does is what high school did. For anybody who doesn't know, high school used to be the degree that you got your high school diploma. Congratulations. You actually were able to get a career off of that for many a year until people started propping up the associate's degree. Now, the associate's degree is your new college, your new high school diploma. It's literally the equivalent in the marketplace in value. Guess what it is now? The bachelor's degree is now the new equivalent in the marketplace for value.
It's about to be pushed up to the master's degree.
College needs to honestly be rolled back and abolished for a majority of the majors that do not require it. That's one.
Well, and the other thing I feel like we really need to do. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, go for it.
It is. U.S. is the only first world country that in its colleges forces you to take a metric amount of other elective classes that don't matter whatsoever to your fucking course.
Agreed.
So it is, you are taking high school again, but you're paying 5 times more for it. Because high school, even public education, is expensive. I don't know if any of you knew that.
Supplementary classes.
Yes.
Other than major classes.
So you have by the time you get your associate's degree, you've got about 150 to 200 hours of classes that have nothing to do with the degree you just got.
Yep. Hey, as somebody who went to college, I know.
Hey.
What I'm hearing.
That's the reason that I didn't finish my degree.
What are you hearing, Dalton?
What I'm hearing from you two is I can't get a good paying job because I graduated top of my class of gender studies, and that's just not good enough.
It's really not unless you want to work as a
barista. I was going to bring up there's a perfect career for you. It's called being a barista.
Yeah, we're on the same.
Where you bitch and complain about wanting to join a union.
You have to dye your hair purple though, or blue.
Well,
you have to get your nipples pierced and have at least 4 STDs.
At least 1 infected snake bite.
And you have to have at least herpes on one pair of lips.
Everything you guys are telling me, it's complete opposite of me. I
know it is. Now, I would like to also point out because I do want to just close the loop of my thought from earlier.
No,
there's no such thing as fucking free when it comes to anything government provides. It is taxpayer funded, which means that it is your extorted funds. Whether or not you believe that your funds,
I'm here to help.
Fuck that. Whether or not you believe that it's a good use of taxpayer funds is completely fucking irrelevant. Here's the thing. Yeah. I think that arming every American with a machine gun is a great use of taxpayer funds, but I also don't believe that the government should do it because I don't believe that it should be subsidized.
Officer, that is a medicinal M1A1.
And they're going to give you the worst.
Officer, my Modus, I have my medicinal. It is an emotional support Modus.
It's for PTSD.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. I will fuck the free. Never ever use the word free with me. My grandfather,
we could just
great man.
Just get rid of taxes, and then we would no longer be getting stolen from us, so we'd have the money to buy things.
Yes, 100%. And also, I want everything, whether the government or otherwise. There's no such thing as free. It costs something to someone down the line.
Yep.
Free shipping if you buy this and use this code.
But it was $50, and now we know everything.
Well, let me ask you this: what is the way that you get free shipping typically on Amazon? It's if you're a Prime member, right?
Right. Yeah.
So what are you doing? You're paying for Prime, aren't you?
Yep. You're paying
your shipping.
Yes. You're literally paying it. Yep.
But to be fair, I usually use it so much that it's like 10 times overpaid for.
That's fine. But at the same time, they're counting on it being subsidized. It's also the reason like Costco and Sam's Club can offer wholesale rates. They offer the warehouse rates that they buy at. It's because they're not making money on the food. They're making money on the memberships.
Yep. The amount of people that only go there like maybe once a year.
Yeah.
Nighthawk brings up a good thing. She said she worked for Liberty Mutual years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Was literally told you need a 2-year degree to get beyond the entry level. It could be anything. It just needs to be a 2-year degree. That's wild.
So what you're saying is it's the high school diploma.
There's multiple times where I've had managers that have had, it's like they've had master's degrees, but the master's degrees were in like interior design,
which shouldn't be a degree.
And this is like an engineering job.
Yeah, like why is that a degree? Here's the thing: you want to know what makes a good interior designer? Hey, Dalton, you do web design, correct?
Yep.
So what makes your web design? Do you need a degree for that, or do you just need to show your portfolio of web work that you've done and been like, hey, this is the work I've done?
Bingo. I will tell you this, my job right now, everybody around me has a college degree. I don't know if that was required in the job description. I don't know. I'm the only one that I know of at that place that does not have a college degree.
Yes. Exactly.
So, editing, I don't have a college degree for that. I just had a portfolio.
I have a college degree in fucking business administration. Mm-hmm. I have in international business and finance. Okay, so those are my two. Yeah. Hey guys, do you want to know what I do? I run a gutter cleaning and repair and pressure washing and home cleaning and roof maintenance company, and then I make YouTube videos about D&D cryptids and why Ernie Gonzalez eats corn the long way after shoving it into his butthole and letting Dan Crenshaw lick it.
Man, I miss bagging on him.
So do I, dude.
I mean, we could still do it.
Yeah,
there's nothing. There's nothing stopping it.
Nothing is stopping me from saying fuck Ernie Gonzalez.
It's just not as fun when there's not a community of autistic, people just. That was their.
We understand that community is still there, and we could.
I know.
Yeah, they're still there. They're here. They're here.
But like the time has changed.
Certain donut still does it anymore.
Well, there's no stakes behind it. That's what you're saying. There's no stakes.
Right. There's
stakes are what did it.
We are slowly pushing this man towards sewer slide through fucking bullying on the internet.
Oh man.
Maybe.
Look, I don't want him to get harmed in any way other than I just want him to lose his job.
I just want him to lose his job. That's exactly the point is I want him to go work in the private sector somewhere, go do anything else that does not involve fucking over the citizens of the United States. Yes. Government is not a real job. You will never convince me it's a real job.
No.
And it shouldn't be paid like one.
Public service.
Can we set up a fund? Can we just set up a fund where we have donut operator bully every fucking member of Congress?
He does.
No. Until they stop.
He does that for free.
Oh, I mean, he still does it for free, but maybe he'd have more time. I don't know. I feel like
we're paying him to do it. Dalton, did your phone finally die?
No. There we go. I don't know what happened.
You know what did happen? Hey, Dalton, you're back, right?
Back again.
You know who else is back? The astronauts from space.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was about to go there. That was a good segue. It's a great segue. Yeah, here we go. Let's watch.
Look at them, the astronauts in the water.
And down. Crew 9 back on Earth.
Did you see the dolphins that circled them? That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I was gonna play that next, but did you guys notice something? So these two astronauts, 9 months ago, they went up in a Boeing space capsule thing.
That they did. It's weird. It's almost like they didn't come down.
I don't know. Does that look like Boeing's?
Wait, pause that really quick. I'm going to read that. Give me a second.
Welcome home.
NASA's X.
You're reading it
9.
wrong, Demi. I don't know where you learned to read. Nassau's
Nassau
X Krevu 9 Return.
No, that's a G.
Okay.
It's
Krug. Yeah. Krug. Return. Krug. Back on Iarta. I can read. Hooked on Phonics worked, everybody.
There's times where it does work.
Yes.
But yeah, and then
Free
here's the
vessel,
dolphins.
and that is where
Dolphins were cool.
Yep.
The
Watching the
dolphins were really
right there.
neat.
So cool.
Well, then what a way to be welcomed home. Also, dolphins are like, here's the thing. Yeah, they might be like the actual criminals of the ocean, but God, are they majestic as fuck.
Like, it's just cool. They're just like, hey, we don't know what's going on here, but like, welcome.
The ocean grapist.
They really are, dude. They will grape anything. They are horrible animals. Dolphins are literally one of the only animals on Earth I would say are actually evil.
Because they know what good and evil is.
Yes, because they understand the ideals of morality and they choose to abuse them. But still, majestic as fuck.
Hi, everybody. This is the episode where we finally reveal to you that Dalton works for Anonymous. If you look at his image down.
He's the anonymous verified X user that has verified himself. The verified anonymous profile on X that totally is anonymous still.
How retarded is it?
They're so dumb, dude. And you know what the funny is? There's like 20 profiles that are like huge profiles that say anonymous that are all verified, and it's like you're all dumb.
Well, it's like so.
It's the ad revenue. In order to get paid and collect the ad revenue off of that platform, they have to verify themselves.
Is that how I'm supposed to read it? Space sex Krug Retzvin. Okay, my bad.
Shell shared some information about it. They're only receiving $5 a day.
They are
286 days extra in space. So they are only roughly receiving $1,430 for the 9 months in space.
I did not know
they aren't receiving overtime.
Except,
and it has been brought up to Trump, and he said that he's willing to pay for it out of his own pocket.
Yes, he did. I was about to get to that,
but I didn't hear that they were only making pennies.
They were making $5 a day. And that's NASA for you. You have to remember, here's the thing. While SpaceX is a privatized company that does pay very well because it's a transport company, everything else is still handled by NASA as a government institution.
Yep.
So they are not like compensated in any true meaningful way, in my opinion.
Ooh, $5 a day though? Like
no, they've got to have money to send to Boeing so they can leave people in space.
That too. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And also to stop them from,
having faces on videos.
And maybe, leading to a bunch of other people somehow, sewer sliding themselves with 18 shotgun shots to their fucking head.
But suddenly have airplanes flip upside down as they're landing.
Yep, that too.
Or just not have landing gear.
Schmalton, your fucking phone's doing...
You need a ring light, dude.
You need a webcam.
A ring light? I just need a proper camera.
I feel like a lot of what's happening here is the fact that it's
coming back
on you.
There we go.
I do believe that Trump is once again donating his presidential paychecks.
He is. Yep. I watched an interview a couple months ago. Yep. Where he said that he would be. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, also, fun fact, isn't there a law against it? That he can't like flat out deny
or receive $1. He has to receive $1, I think, at least bare minimum.
I think he has to receive something as compensation according to law. But I think that's also why they donate it instead, rather than completely saying "don't pay me," which I think you should just be able to say "don't pay me." I don't know why that's such a
for everybody that's any form of actual governance.
You mean all of government?
Yeah.
Especially governors. You get to live in the governor's mansion and fucking live at taxpayers' behest. Why do you need a salary?
Mm-hmm.
It's either you get paid or you get to live in a mansion. You can't have both.
Yes, I agree. And by the way, you should be paid minimum wage, and the minimum wage should be what actual minimum wage is, not fucking, well, we're going to make the minimum wage $842 an hour. No, fuck not. You're getting paid $1.82. You're getting waitress wages, all right? You want a tip? Guess what? You have to give handies to fucking Craig out back of fucking Walmart.
You actually have to do a good job if you want people
you have
to
a real good job. Craig is a real fucking hard guy to get the nut off, all right? You really got to double fist that shit.
All right, next topic.
I don't care.
He eats apples like a tortoise.
I don't eat apples.
All right, so President Trump has fired nearly the entire civil rights branch of the Department of Homeland Security, who were the personnel responsible for providing oversight to his deportations. So,
based off of the ASMR video, I think he's doing all right.
Did you see the closing time video?
No.
Yeah, they posted another one of closing time, and then another. Yeah. There was another one as well. There was closing time and another one. It was a rap video. And it was really funny. I think it was the Chris Brown, like, look at me now, I think.
No, yep, right here. I saw the fact that he deported that one teacher that was from Lebanon that went to the Hezbollah leader's funeral.
Wow, almost like don't support terrorists. Anyway.
Closing time.
Yeah, this one.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay.
This is so good. I'm sorry. The fact that this current White House is tweeting this shit out. It's so fucking funny. And did you hear that fucking Semisonic got all pissy and said, oh, we never gave them permission for this? And it's like, yeah, we don't care.
We don't care.
It's been done. We find it funny. You're cuckolds. If you want to cry about it, go cry. We're still going to sing closing time every single time that I see somebody get deported. It's great. It's so fucking funny, dude. It made me so happy seeing that shit. It's like ASMR video was the fucking beginning.
You can't stay here.
Well, like, my big thing was like, I really hope that when the ASMR video came out, I was like, I really hope that they haven't memed too early and like, we're not going to get funny shit for the next 4 years. No, they just keep one-upping it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait. They're going to do an entire Broadway production called, like, Deported. And I'm going to fucking be stoked about that shit. And I can't wait for it. Trump, do it. I will literally sing and dance for that.
It's just called America the Beautiful.
America the Beautiful, deporting one back home. Beautiful.
All right. I am going to play this clip. I'm going to play this clip.
What clip is
and we're going to get you guys' reaction to it. I have not seen this clip, but I know of...
Dalton, move your mic so it's not directly in front of your mouth.
Why? You don't... Why?
Because we're on video.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get close to my mic if I want to. It's my mic.
Because you looked like an enemy from a bad fucking like horror movie.
I don't care. All right, so I'm gonna play
a game. Where's the? Let's see.
Yep, right here.
We got
most lethal aircraft ever built.
Just announced today.
An experimental version of the plane has secretly been flying for almost 5 years, and we're confident that it massively overpowers the capabilities of any other nation. There's no other nation. We know every other plane. I've seen every one of them, and it's not even close. This is a next level. You know, level 5 is good. This is level 6, they say. The F-47 is equipped with state-of-the-art stealth technology. It's virtually unseeable and unprecedented power. It's got the most power of any jet of its kind ever made. Maneuverability, likewise, is there's never been anything like it, despite the power and speed. Its speed is top. It's over 2, which is something that you don't hear very often. America's enemies will never see it coming. Hopefully we won't have to use it for that purpose, but you have to have it. And if it ever happens, they won't know what the hell hit them.
So, yeah.
We have a stealth plane, the F-47.
We got a brand new plane, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's not a brand new plane.
Why isn't
but I mean, like, brand new to our knowledge.
Panning onto that man's button on his coat.
What happened?
Why was the camera slowly panning onto the like?
I think you're hyper focused on something that does not matter.
Dalton. I think that maybe he saw something that has given him an erection.
Bad Dimmy.
No, I was like, why is this camera moving away from Trump and then it lined up with the
just ends up in an intern's tits?
But so the thing that caught my eye
is back in frame. Wait a second.
What?
Sorry,
the tism kicked in.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Of course, we have new planes. Everything that we speculate based on planes, like the F-22 Raptor, the F-23, whatever, the YF-23, all that shit. Technically, they're old news because we know about them.
Right. But what I'm saying is, so the thing that caught my attention was, all right, so this has been already in use for the last 5 years.
5 years.
Yep.
That means Trump knew about it in his first term.
Yes.
Yep. So he was probably pretty excited to be like, oh yeah, this is a thing that we have
this thing. And the reason I'm telling you we have this thing is because we now have something better that I can't tell you about.
The thing is, the way that probably works, there are usually 2 generations of equipment that we have no idea about.
Oh, I guarantee 100%. Even HLC has said as much.
It is usually 2 to 3 generations of equipment that's not spoken about, and then we get told about something.
Yeah,
if we are told about something, unless it was just accidentally leaked, there's 2 to 3 generations of shit ahead of it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
But it sounds like this is going to be like more produced, more available now.
Man, the F-35 is going to be pissed.
By the way, Cowboy points out a really good point. 47 for 47.
Yeah.
F-47, yep.
Yep. I wonder who named that.
I wonder, do you think that was a designation by the president? Or do you think that's just kind of maybe it's just happenstance?
Look,
I honestly think that one's just happenstance.
It might be.
I don't know. I part of me kind of agrees with you because I feel like if Trump had his way, he'd probably name it like the F.
The F Trump.
Well, not the F Trump because
true.
Too good.
Yeah, it's like they normally have names that are associated with them, and I wonder what that name is.
The Trump bomber of badassery, the greatest badass bomber in the world. Greatness 2.0 X.
The entire
X's are cool because Elon says so.
It's just citrus schlong for orange dick.
We're gonna name the new plane Tropicana, the greatest orange juice known to man.
Great. Trumpicana.
That's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Didn't know we were making lines. I don't know. Next Idiocracy movie.
Brilliant.
Fuck, I'm so sorry. Fuck.
Sorry, that was amazing. Trumpicana.
Oh God.
He would do that though. He would absolutely do that.
He would 100%. I think it's coincidence.
I could see him at
the F McDonald's.
I could see him at the Oval Office, like Resolute Desk, and he has like all these different Tropicana products on it. And it's just like, today we're renaming the brand Tropicana.
Tropicana, the greatest. Number one orange juice. Justice orange. Everybody says I'm orange. Well, you want to feel oranges. Buy Tropicana.
What a troll that would be. Oh, I would love it.
Yeah,
Trump, the 47th president, clarified that the generals picked that title, which he described as having a beautiful number. The contract was announced after months of uncertainty due to budget constraints and priority changes that led to the pause and detailed review of the program.
Well, you know what?
So it wasn't him.
So it wasn't him.
I wonder if the fact that Doge cut so much of the bullcrap costs, they're like, hey, we can actually fund this thing now.
Well, maybe, but it's been flying for 5 years.
It's been flying for 5 years, so it makes me think that instead there are a bunch of German scientists in a basement somewhere going, "We have more money."
Trump, in his Trumpy way, said what it goes 2. He says is the speed that it goes is 2, which I'm assuming he's saying is Mach 2.
I don't think I don't know. Very fast, like compared to what
I don't know. You would hope it goes a little bit faster, but
I don't know that he meant Mach 2. I think he probably meant like on a different scale or something that I'm not familiar with.
I'm not sure.
Its speed is 2, as in it's getting to you.
It's 2 times the speed of light. It'll be there when you blink.
How amazing would it be if a reporter was just like, Mr. President, it's like, what did you mean by the speed of 2? He's just like, 2.
You're
it's like,
dead.
on what
Sorry,
scale?
I was looking at your boobs.
On a scale you guys don't understand yet.
It's like, I can't divulge that information. Ask like, the 49th president.
It's 2-be-doo-be-doo.
Fuck you for that. Doobie-doo. Where are you? We've got some Arabs to bomb now. Anyways. Speaking of which, bombing Yemen, right? Love, we're both like, yep, Yemen. Oh, jeez. I think this is the single most autistic episode we've done in a very long time. Dude,
it helped with alcohol. Last night for us, and then the hour leading up to this podcast.
Yes. You guys don't know the difference. It's alcohol. Alcohol makes everything better.
What was one of those phrases? I rode in on a narwhal through a wormhole.
I rode in through a narwhal and a wormhole, the greatest wormhole known to man.
I haven't even gotten halfway through my argument about me fighting.
I rode it in a flaming narwhal through a wormhole to get here. You're just lucky that I'm not narrating an interpretive dance yet. I am not dancing around helicopter slugging my way through the conversation. All right, Dalton. All right, I'm just preaching about Trumpicana, the greatest orange juice known to man. Drinking alcohol. Talking about, alcohol, the greatest thing ever. You want to know why? Because get a couple of these bad boys and a woman like Melania. That's how you bag yourself a hot bitch like that.
What about alcohol? Sentient burrito?
Getting women to be property.
I think the dawn of time. Insane over here.
I'm not even halfway through talking about me fighting a sentient burrito. I need 5 more hours and some cocaine.
I'm gonna shove that opinion so far up your ass, you're gonna cough my brilliance up for a week, Jimmy. You fucking lukewarm piss pile over grit, little pea pancake.
Oof.
We had too much time on our hands and grok.
Yeah, we did.
Grok is to blame.
Hey, listen here, you little tiny. Hey. Dalton. Your titties need to calm. Okay, right now your titties are up here, flapping around like this.
You be down here.
Bring them down a little bit. Make them flap around down here.
Contain the calamity that is.
Yeah, contain the calamity that is your tatas.
All right, you guys want to go to the next topic?
Sure.
We have topics.
There's a list. I like lists. The Germans had lists too.
Calm down, Schindler.
Schindler had a list.
All right.
Jesus fuck.
All right. So you guys, did you guys see the Tesla, what is it, the FSD controversy?
Well, so it wasn't FSD, but it was
right. It wasn't, but it was claimed that it was
claimed. The claim.
Right.
Why don't you go over it? I'm gonna go pee.
So, how do you pronounce his last name? Is it Robber or Rober?
Rober, according to
okay, so Mark Rober, YouTuber, very well known to do really cool inventions and innovations and stuff. He made like the whole glitter bomb and stuff. It was very cool. Like, he has a really good YouTube channel. Now I didn't watch this video, this YouTube video that he put out, but just knowing what Twitter said, apparently he made a video basically running the Tesla. He claimed that it was in full self-drive mode, and you ran it through like this wall that was painted like the road to see if the Tesla was smart enough to either stop or go through it, from my understanding. And apparently on all the video, it went through it. So he was trying to say that it, full self-driving wasn't working, it wasn't worth it or whatever. I didn't watch the video, but I'm just from what I gather. And then people were calling him out on like, hey, we saw that you weren't actually in full self-driving. You were doing this other mode, which isn't even close. It's like, what's up, man? And so he goes on Twitter and he tweets out this video of claiming to be the raw video of it. And it's not even close to being the same video that he put on his actual video. And so all of this is, everybody's seeing it as like very deceitful, and a lot of people lost a lot of respect for him over this. And it kind of seems like the politics of Tesla, or how to view Tesla nowadays, have infected people such as Mark Rober, whatever, to the point where he's now putting out videos to discredit the technology that Tesla has. And so kind of interesting.
I asked Grok about this, by the way. I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay. And like people are claiming like you could see him disabled or something.
It's two different takes apparently. The two videos that he shared.
Yeah, like the community notes. You see some that were like, this test is not a reflection of the real driving situation since walls are not built across roads. Okay, fair. This clip used in the YouTube video is different from the footage that's being shown here. The comparison is broken down by so-and-so in this YouTube video. Yep. And then it's like at 12 seconds in, he moves the steering wheel and disengages sound, and the disengagement sound is played, and the rainbow road appears or disappears. At this moment, the crash no automatic driving features is active. So it seems like he's disabling it before the crash occurs.
Yep.
And a lot of people are like, it's like a lot of people are like, if you're testing full self-driving, why are you disabling it midway through the test?
I've got the thing pulled up here about Mark Rober. So there also seems to be potential bias in the video. This is according to Grok, based on what users have found and what also is in the video itself. The video prominently features Luminar, a LiDAR company, with their branding and staff visible. Their tech supposedly outperforming Tesla's. While Rober says it wasn't a paid promotion, Luminar's stock jumped 29% after the video per Bloomberg, and they linked it on their site. This has led to speculation that it was staged, considering the dual videos.
Yep.
And there is no hard evidence, though, of payment or manipulation.
I don't know.
The video's editing, the autopilot's disengagement, and Luminar's involvement invite skepticism, but does not necessarily confirm staging. It is possible that he exaggerated or slanted the setup for dramatic effect. Multiple takes or tweaks have not been ruled out. But here's the thing: if you Mark Rober said, "Oh no, it was a single take," then why are there multiple takes? Mark, like why? You can't say one thing and then have that be immediately disproved and then have us believe you. That's the issue.
Yep. Another thing is so two things. He has not tweeted out since posting that raw video that I just played, trying to claim that this was the raw video that was used in the tests, and everybody says no, that's not the same video at all. And then another thing is, I guess people were trying to also say that he has a sponsor with Google Pixel or something, maybe something else. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. But the fact that so it's like when he shoots the video towards himself and you see the phone in view, it's like Google branding. But when you actually like are pointing to the road or whatnot, when the camera's not in view, they're claiming that it's actually an iPhone because of the reflection that they see in the glass.
I did see that on X. I wasn't sure about whether or not. Here's the thing: all that says to me is another untruth, right?
Yeah, it's what are we watching here?
it's just leading to more and more things that you might be like lying about. That's why like I flat out said like, hey guys, if I ever do a sponsor, it's going to be something I actually use, not something I tell you I use.
Yep.
Because I don't want to be a disingenuous piece of shit like that. That kind of bothers me just at a core like value of myself. It has to be something that I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I believe in that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a certain point where I think a lot of these people, they let the fame, they let the money get to them.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That and the politics of it all.
And the politics of it. And I think that that's entirely possible that that's what happened here. Do I believe that he's a very successful YouTuber? Sure. Do I believe he's very talented and very intelligent? Sure. Everything historically tells us yes. Do I also believe that he's capable of lying and being manipulated? Sure as fuck.
Absolutely.
100%. So that's kind of my take on it is I feel like even if all of this was true, right? There's so many secondary coincidences that you're inviting skepticism and you're inviting people to no longer believe it. You're inviting essentially bad actors into your inner circle. That's how I see it. But with intent.
Yeah.
I feel like there's this huge segment of the population that still operates on the belief that there's no such thing as bad press, when in fact there sure as fuck is now.
There absolutely is.
There used to be that statement was like, oh, hey, we're getting your name in the news now. Yeah, but now when your name is in the news, it literally cuts your following in half.
Yep.
You know, like, or
it's really how fast everything is. You can literally just click a button.
Your life's over. Yeah.
And there's so many other people out there to take over what you had.
100%. There are a billion people out there doing what Mark Rober's doing.
Yep. Speaking of other people who have had a bad week, apparently Harry Sisson's not gay.
So I did see that. Maybe? I don't believe it. And I, along with many other people, have said that I could walk into a room with Harry Sisson having sex with 3 really hot women, like we're talking Sydney Sweeney, Margot Robbie, and fucking Jennifer Lawrence, right? All slobbing his little 2.5 centimeter knob, right? Just licking that clit up and down, left and right. And I still wouldn't believe he's straight. I do believe he's a sexual assaulter.
He is gay, but he also gets off on assaulting people.
Right. He's also a creep.
Yeah, it kind of seems weird when you see all these like
the actual
young women, girls who are like, you know, oh, he asked me for these photos and I sent them to him.
Yeah.
And now I'm sad
a couple of them were it's like worse than just that.
No, I know, but like I actually haven't done the full deep dive. If you have,
I have. So let me pull it up really quick.
Like, are we about to have to put this man in a wood chipper? Or I'm sorry, cuck in a wood chipper?
Potentially.
Nice.
Dead Man says that Harry Sisson is also not an American citizen. I
he is not. He is from Singapore.
Yes, if I remember correctly, yeah.
He's not an American citizen, and he comments on American politics like his opinion matters. His opinion is about as much as, you know, Emmanuel Macron or Justin Trudeau.
Right.
So, are you ready for this?
Yep.
Seems that Sisson had manipulated multiple women into sending them explicit photos via Snapchat. The allegations were amplified by Sarah Fields, a state delegate from Texas, who posted a detailed thread on X on March 18th, 2025. Fields has claimed that Sisson deceived at least 11 women, convincing them that he was exclusively interested in them and respected them beyond their physical appearance, only to pressure them into sharing explicit content, even though they did not want to. Among the alleged victims was a domestic abuse survivor.
Oof.
Adding further gravity to the accusations, Fields supported her claims with screenshots and references to TikTok videos from these women, including one named Carly Hosh, who detailed their experiences. Hosh alleged that Sisson wooed her into private chats, led her to believe that they had a special connection, and then discarded her after obtaining explicit photos, all while engaging in similar behavior with other women simultaneously. A second layer of controversy emerged after, involving claims that Sisson protected or worked with an individual accused of pedophilic behavior. On March 19th, Post by Adame Media or Adam E Media. I don't know if it's Adame or Adam E. I don't know.
An account.
Cited a woman who had alleged Sisson provided a private Discord server where a man groomed a minor, and that Sisson was aware and covered for this individual. While these claims remain unverified, and I would like to point that out, this is unverified, and that is why I'm saying these are unverified. Lack of concrete evidence, they have fueled speculation and intensified the backlash against him. So now, not only this, but also Chris Maury, who is like Sisson's friend. Mind you, I don't believe that any of these people actually have friends. I have a belief that they're brand partners. That's all brand
partners. It's a great way to say it.
Now he's supposed him and who's the other guy? There's him and one other dude.
It's him, Chris, and some other dude.
Who are Harry Sisson's friends?
Boyfriends.
Or Harry's little gay friends that have distanced themselves.
God, I would love if Grok responded exactly with who you were thinking of.
Chris Maury.
Yep.
And Dean Withers. That's the other one. Thank you, Grok. I love Grok so fucking much. God, Grok makes me just nuts super hard. So both Chris, to my knowledge, Chris and Dean have both stepped away from Harry and said that they can't believe that he's done this, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing that was shared by Sarah. They were in the group chats.
Yep,
probably shared all this information, and they did not care in the moment. They're only caring now because they've been outed, so they have to publicly distance themselves from him. That is the only reason. I want everybody to understand. It's not like these people have some moral backbone. It's not like they suddenly been like, oh my God, we actually have at least one principle we stand by. Maybe don't groom women, right?
Weird.
None of that. No. It's literally no shit. We got outed. Our marketing director and our HR department have said, hey, this is the actions we should take. And our lawyer said, let's do it this way. And that we shouldn't talk to Harry anymore. So we're going to throw him under the bus, even though we were in the group chats egging him on and being like, haha, nice poon. Like, they're all trash. South Park did an entire episode. For anybody who doesn't know, there's this character in South Park now called PC Principal, okay? And PC Principal is a PC woke piece of shit who's their principal.
Yep.
And he lives in a fraternity, a frat house, with other PC bros. And there's an episode where Jimmy Wilmore, yes, the crippled kid, who's running the student newspaper, accuses them of using woke beliefs to smash puss. And he gets entirely offended at this prospect, but it does seem to be that is a huge majority of what these people, it's like the male feminist. The male feminist is the most insidious of people because he is lying and trying anything and everything to weasel his way into a woman's life rather than just being like, here's the thing. I've always been upfront. I am a firm believer in traditionalism to a vast degree, right? I have my fucking wife, right? It works if you meet the right person. But there are going to be people that are going to be like, I don't like that. Cool. Okay. Guess what? I don't like you. We're not going to get on. I don't weasel my way into people's lives. They do.
Yeah.
It's in a very insidious and disgusting way because it's with no authenticity whatsoever. And I feel like there's something really disgusting about that personally.
Yeah.
I flat out told my wife every fucking horrible thing I did. So everybody's like, does your wife know about that? You know, it's really funny. I've had relatives that have been like, does she know that you think like this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She came up with that thought. We were joking about it like an hour ago. Like, fuck you. You think I'm bad? Jesus Christ. Talk to my wife outside of this.
Turd's comments. It's great.
I love turds so much. So fucking good. I'm gonna say this for our audio listeners. I have to say this. Turd Ferguson, who is one of my beautiful mods, has said, I am a homo furry and I'm straighter than Harry Sisson. Honestly, the most shocking part of the story is that it involved women. I fucking love you so much, dude. But yes, I even tweeted as much. I was like, gay. I tweeted something. I said the most shocking thing isn't that Harry's a piece of shit. It's that he's straight. And that was like, that is the most shocking piece of information. It's like, there's no way. I still don't believe it. I still genuinely don't.
Yeah, it kind of seems like a psyop to make it seem like he's not gay.
I think so. You think that it's like a marketing department to be like, hey, you know what's better than being gay? Being a sexual predator. Being a predator. You know what's really bad about it though is the obvious, like the jokes and the accusations of him being gay, right? And he's deflected it not in the way that you would think that somebody from his side would, because you would think somebody on his side would be like, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not, right? Like that would be the argument. If somebody said, oh, Tack, you're gay, I'm gonna be like, I'm not, but hey, if you're gay, I don't really give a fuck.
$20 is $20, man.
Yeah, $20 is $20, man. Like, I don't fucking, give me a blindfold. Anyway, so.
Blindfold's not going to help you in that situation, I feel like.
Oh, y'all, it fucking will, dude. As long as I don't see it, it doesn't exist, dude.
I don't know, man.
In a sandwich after, you're good.
Yeah, dude, you could lie to me about what it is. Anyway, so point being, it's like, I don't actually give a shit, right? But I feel like on his side, he's very adamant about, he's very like, no, I'm not. You know, and it's like, the people that normally do that are gay. You know, like that's very Tom Cruise-y of you, my friend. Like that's very closeted. That's a little bit of R. Kelly in the closet, you know.
Is he about to start jumping up and down on the couch for Oprah?
I feel like he's about to start jumping up and down on the couch for Oprah, and he's about to join a Scientology cult.
I ain't got a good brain.
Harry Sisson in real life.
I meant to click another one, but that works too.
Leftist in real life.
Which one did you mean to click?
No, don't like that.
Okay.
Leftist in real life.
But yeah, so here's the thing is regarding these allegations, right? It does also kind of paint a bad picture for the left. Because the people that Harry's been associated with are not just like your typical influencers, right? You're not just leftist influencers like Chris and Dean, right? It's also like Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Chuck Schumer, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Tim Walz. Like these people have been not only directly supported by, but also we've found out that they've been paid by the DNC and various shell corporations. There's a lot of just slimy tactics, and it just kind of is it's just showing that it's slimy all the way to the core, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I see it. It's just it's just what degree of slime do you know.
I mean, to be fair though.
Well, to be fair.
Oh, don't say to be fair. Hate when people say to be fair.
Oh, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
To be
No.
To be fair.
Clip so much. So long.
Shell. You're the one who forces upon us to be fair.
To be fair.
So that's the Harry Sisson thing, to my knowledge, thus far. Apparently, Sarah Fields does have some more information that's coming out, as well as the information on the Amazon driver, because she's covering that, the Amazon Dallas driver, as well. Which is another topic we have to talk about, because that's a horrible situation, just proving that we should not have a single illegal in this country, period.
All right, next topic. Without jumping the gun, I'm going to mention a brand, and I want to get you guys' opinion on what you guys think of that brand.
Okay, tell me.
Ben and Jerry's. What do you guys know about them? What do you guys think about them?
Cream, like the gayest of ice cream. So gay that the cream doesn't go in the mouth, it goes in the butt.
Oh.
Yeah. It's also really like it's like not even B tier ice cream. It is genuine dog shit ice cream.
It's not.
Do not buy Ben and Jerry's.
I don't know that I've ever had Ben and Jerry's.
And stop being poor.
I've never had Ben and Jerry's, so
not good. It's not good.
Well, all right, Demi, you
$1 more.
I don't really like Ben and Jerry's. I would rather buy the Great Value Walmart brand than I would Ben and Jerry's. Actually, a lot of times the Great Value brand tastes better.
All right, so what I'm hearing from you guys is the quality of the ice cream is just terrible.
Well, yeah, quality generally is tied to the creator. You know, like I own my company. If I do a shitty job because I'm a shitty person, right? Same thing goes for ice cream. They're shitty people. They're gonna make shitty ice cream, Dalton.
So that was my next point. It's like, all right, so what do you guys know of the people who run Ben and Jerry's, and how do you guys feel about them?
They're communists, and we should once again remind them who Pinochet was.
They're the same people that did Mike and Ike's, right?
I'm not sure.
Actually, not sure about
this
that.
This is a joke.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I'm a couple beers deep. I have no idea. I'm just
remember, kids. I don't gaslight. I just lie.
I still love it. Morally questionable. I just noticed that your face is morally questionable.
That is morally questionable.
That's fucking great. Hold on, I have to edit mine now.
What I was going with was I got a burp. What I was going with was so apparently the CEO got fired recently.
So he got fired by the investors because it is a
right.
And which means that essentially, for anybody who doesn't know, any company that has a CEO that also has a board of directors and their investors has a fiduciary duty not to any of their political beliefs, nothing like that. It's literally just to the finances of those investors and the company.
Yep. So it looks like
he was not doing that. He's a communist.
So Ben and Jerry's CEO David Stever has been fired due to his political activism within the company. Last week, the company announced that it was celebrating, quote, Abortion Provider Day.
You know what I like, guys? I love thinking about abortions when I'm eating ice cream. Just like every single time I go to a fast food restaurant, I love to think of all of the poor Ugandan children and Ethiopians that don't get to eat. Just like when I go to adopt a new kitten, I love to think about Sarah McLachlan and all of the little infants that she has eaten from Ethiopia.
You know, out of the dumpster behind the abortion clinic.
Much
like Ben and Jerry's,
watching a movie and being told how to think and what to think and having my entire life be poked and prodded from various political leanings rather than, I don't know, listening to a song that's about chicken nuggets. Or the song, what is it? Whispers of Your Death. And it's literally about a fucking dude losing his cat. And it's like, the fuck? Great song, by the way. I think it's by The Plot and You. I might be mistaken on that, but really good song. I'll have to look it up.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Fuck Ben and Jerry's, though.
Fuck me.
Here's the thing. Here. I want everybody to understand. I know that it seems like a lot of the times that we're like just ragging on people and like almost to the point of dehumanizing these people. Yes, I dehumanize commies because they're not people. The rest of them, leftists, people that have progressive, more leftist or liberal values, people that say want universal health care or believe in decriminalizing all drugs, whatever it might be. You pick your leftist talking point, right? I genuinely believe that they have the right to believe those things. I genuinely believe they're wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want you to understand that they also have the absolute right to believe those things. But when it comes to ownership, if they were an independent business owner, say Ben and Jerry's, that they owned everything. It was not owned by the investor groups. It was not owned by shareholders. None of that mattered, right? They could 100% engage in political activism. 100%, because it's 100% theirs to do with what they will, right? The moment you involve other people's money, however, you have a responsibility to those people. That's the issue at hand here. And that's the problem I have. The problem I have is not with them actually believing the shit, because I just think that they're stupid and I think they're wrong. But it's the fact that they are taking other people's money and utilizing that for those means without their consent, and in this case, explicitly against their fiduciary responsibility to these people. That's my problem with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big ass titties.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dalton.
That. Something that the Ben and Jerry's CEOs have never seen, because they're too busy looking at Harry Sisson's penis.
I don't know if I should feel bad for Harry Sisson or.
Well, it depends. How big of a microscope do you have, and how much time do you have? It's like trying to find Jesus, dude. It takes a bit.
Just deep throat your mic.
Oh.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Next topic.
Yeah, so let's go to the next one. What is the next one?
So I put down, just, for culture's sake, I feel like the next two topics are going to be culture related.
Yeah, they're about movies.
Yeah. So apparently Robert De Niro has a new movie.
He's still alive?
Yeah,
he's old.
right?
He is old now, though. How old is he? It's like 70 something, right?
He's in his 70s, I would assume. I don't think he's quite in his 80s, but apparently he did a new movie, and it's one of the biggest flops this year at theater. The movie is an R-rated mafia movie.
He's
81.
He's 81.
81.
I just looked it up. Yeah.
Yep. Show you rock. The movie's an R-rated mafia drama that costs about $45 million to make,
which is in the grand scheme of movies. To be fair, I will actually give it
not a lot. Yeah. However, the film is projected to make only $2 million in its domestic debut. So, oof.
What was that last? The Irishman was the last. That was a good movie.
That was a really good movie.
That was a really good movie. The Irishman. That had to do with what was the guy's name? The Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah, he was in that. Great movie. It's just insane to me that you could. First off, let's just be real. He's been typecasted as like the gangster, right? But he's anything but it. But whatever. He's been typecasted. It's not like I think he's a little too old to switch gears now, right?
Oh, what was the movie that De Niro was in? Like, it doesn't fit his typecast at all, but it was fucking great.
He was in Meet the Fockers, which he was like a CIA
Stardust, where he was like a cross-dressing sky pirate, like where they went out and stole lightning.
Okay, I did not see that one.
It is based off a Neil Gaiman book, but it is fucking phenomenal as a movie.
Gay.
Well, either way, the point, he's been typecasted, right? So he does all these mob movies, but typically they've been relatively successful. I just feel like what's ended up happening now is I feel like it has less to do with him. And I know this is going to be probably not to everyone's, I don't know, liking that I'm going to say this. I don't believe that it's because Robert De Niro himself is a complete leftist fucking cuck, because he is. But I think it's because the industry is so committed that they are going to continue making these kind of movies that are just dog shit, that I don't believe that they have any integrity left. So it has less to do with maybe even Robert De Niro and more to do with Hollywood as a whole at this point, because what sense of originality do they have? But also, I don't feel like anything that they create has meaning. Like, I'm going to ask you both. What was the last classic? What is the classic movie that you believe in like 40 years we're going to look back and be like, that's still a classic?
In 40 years?
I can't think of a single movie from today that will be a classic.
Yeah,
like, how far back am I allowed to go?
Like in the last 10 years, 20 years.
I'm going to say the last 10 years.
I would, because of what they meant and before dumb shit got added onto them. The first Iron Man movie, the first Captain America movie.
See, I don't believe that that's cinema.
Just for what they were. I'm not saying they're peak cinema, just exactly what they were.
But that's not going to be a classic. That's not going to be like what we look back as a classic. John Wick, maybe
the original 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
I will give you the first 2, maybe the third.
The third one because it wraps up that particular storyline.
Okay, it does. Okay, fine. It is the knot that ends it. But was that within the past 10 years? I thought that was longer.
It's been since 2000, or within the past.
We're in 2025, buddy.
Yeah, I forgot what.
Don't remind me.
Do you need help with math, or do we need to go Common Core on you real quick?
No, it's more the lines
what
of
you take 3, okay? Then you add 5, and then you subtract 2.
You carry the 1.
And then you have sex with the teacher.
So
and then she has sex with.
Holy shit.
Apparently, none of those would count.
All right. So I have a classic that's probably going to go, or a movie that's probably going to go down as a classic. However, it was not made within the last 10 years. It was made within the last 15.
Okay.
All right.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheat?
See, here's the thing. Okay, so your Tropic Thunder.
I would count that as a classic for what it is, but it's not. I still wouldn't even put it on par with, say, like Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face.
It's a different thing, though. I will say I do believe that was the last moment in like Hollywood that they actually
were able to get away with that
the boundaries. You know,
yes,
I think that was kind of Hollywood's last hurrah before they went down that woke train.
Yeah.
By the way, just for information, the first Pirates, Black Pearl, 2003, Dead Man's Chest, 2006, World's End is 07, and I kind of count the fourth one because that was the end of Barbossa's line, and that was 11. It wasn't a great movie, but it had great moments.
Yeah, here's the thing: it had a good Barbossa moment. That's it.
It was a good Barbossa shit. It was a good Barbossa send off, essentially.
Fair point.
Oh, yeah, Rando
ended his story well.
Lombax don't do cocaine.
Yeah, Lombax. Yeah, well.
But
who knows? That could have been his secret.
My issue with this, because going back to the Robert De Niro thing, is
it's
there's nothing. There's nothing of substance. Like, let's say Godfather, right? The Godfather, a classic, right? For eons. That is a classic piece of historical cinema, right?
It's all the movies, the newer movies that I would fit within classics, or movies that you go back to and go like, no, this was actually a good movie. That ended in what, 2016?
Maybe even earlier. Like the last one that I really enjoyed was probably John Wick. But like I feel like action films are very
there are so many movies that I would go like, no, these are fucking great, but I know for a fact it was like 2011 when they came out.
Yeah.
There was a Three Musketeers movie that came out that was phenomenal. I fucking loved. It had like airships and all types of stuff like that. Never had a sequel, but it was like it came out in like 2011, 2012, something like that.
I like the one with was it Charlie Sheen as the priest, as a godly man, which is the funniest fucking thing on planet Earth, is that he played a holy man, which is so funny. He's the poetic guy. That was a great movie. But like when I think of classics, I'm thinking like things like The Godfather. I'm thinking things like Saving Private Ryan, right? I feel like something that's been impactful in this story of cinema.
Even if it's like not this changed my life, impactful in such a way that it changes how other people make movies. So most things by Mel Brooks.
I
would even count like the Blues Brothers. I was going to say Spaceballs.
I was about to say Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. You want to know what the beautiful thing about Spaceballs is? So for anybody who doesn't know, you know that Mel Brooks talked to George Lucas, got the permission to parody the entire thing. The only agreement was accept merchandise.
Which is
why this is Spaceballs, the flamethrower. The kids love this one. And that's why we never got Spaceballs merch, was literally because of that agreement.
The fact that they were able to write that into the
as
movie
a gag. Mel Brooks is one of the greatest writers of all time. You cannot deny this. I don't give a shit if you like the humor or not. It is an objective fact.
Up until the leftists ruined it, there was a History of the World Part 1.
Yeah.
That then had an advertisement for the sequel with Jews in space.
So
it's
good.
Really bad, blurry image, but
it is a really shitty image, Dalton. I'm so glad that you found like the fucking 240p version of Spaceball.
I was
144
iPod Nano
on your iPod Nano that you bought from fucking Goodwill.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Not even really an iPod Nano. It's a Microsoft Nano.
Doing my job the best that I can.
That's all good.
A couple of years.
So what I will say is, I don't think any of us are surprised that Robert De Niro's new film is going to flop. I don't believe that any of us are surprised that any film in Hollywood is going to flop.
Well, I'm sitting here legitimately trying to think of like outside of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Any movies that have been like, nah, these were great. I would love to go see them in cinema, even if other shit was happening. You know what production company is apparently doing really well is Angel Cinemas. Are you guys familiar with these guys?
Yeah,
they did that Jesus Christ Amazon series.
Well, they did the Homestead thing.
They did Homestead, yep.
With the nuclear bomb, which I haven't seen yet.
Apparently it's very good. But the reason that they're doing really good is because they're apparently completely religiously crowdfunded.
Yeah.
That's how they operate. They are a religious group. They are 100% Christian. But they're crowdfunded by people that believe in those kind of projects. I believe that's also who Mel Gibson is going through for The Passion 2. He's making the follow-up to The Passion of the Christ. I believe he's going that kind of route. But the thing is the only reason that succeeds is because it's outside of Hollywood sphere. I think anything within that sphere is doomed to die these days because it's just rehash nonsense.
It's not just rehash nonsense or them taking something and just they're taking something and utterly destroying it, because how many times have, like, Tech, you and I both know people that are in the industry in some way or form or another, correct?
Yes.
Industry.
And you've talked to them and been like, oh yeah, this was something that, like, we worked on this. It was fucking phenomenal. Let's just go with Suicide Squad, the first one.
Okay. Yeah.
I know a couple people that were back end for that, and everything that they worked on they talked about was phenomenal. And then we got the piece of shit. It was like that was all corporate retouch.
It's corporate. And that's the thing, is the corporate side of Hollywood needs to die. Literally. Filmmakers are very willing to make good things.
Been told about a lot of movies that it's like, these were really good movies from everybody that worked on it. Like, even the actors are like, nah, I had fun doing this. And then they see the movie and go like, this is horseshit.
Well, an example of that is there's a Harry Potter series that is supposed to be coming out that is supposed to be a long form TV series following the books to a T, right?
Oh boy.
I can point at one that's already been made that did the exact same thing. And it's, Percy Jackson. And I want to set everyone that was in that group on fire.
Well, here's the thing. So it's supposed to follow the books, except for the fact that they already casted Snape, who is described as a very pale, white, almost ghostly, gangly man, is now a young black man who has, mind you, as an actor, here's the thing. Let's just say you forget about the whole race swapping, blackwashing thing that they've just become addicted to. He's never read the books.
Never read the books.
Whoa. I'm woke.
I'm not.
So they are. Yeah, it's the whole thing. It's like, so there for a long time was the argument for Hermione being black or some other race,
because her race is never explicitly mentioned. Okay, fine.
The buck teeth to begin with until she fixes them, and the hair, which is the thick curly hair, and it's like that could be multiple ethnicities.
Sure.
From the area that she is from. I didn't mind that. I don't mind that at all.
I understand that. Snape, however,
is very specifically described as essentially like a skinny Welshman.
Dalton, I'm going to make an entire movie about your life, and you are going to be played by Zendaya.
Absolutely fucking not.
Actually, there was a Netflix movie about like a knife murderer in London.
Yes,
that they whitewashed because the original dude was like a deranged, like
my chat told me about this today. I looked it up recently. Yep,
that was an immigrant in London.
Yep,
and they made it some kid that's from a rich family and's white.
Yeah. So they did it. I explained that to my wife and she was like, wait a minute. And I'm like, yeah. So the actual perpetrator of the crime was an immigrant that was black that was what I think he was an immigrant Muslim, right? Somali, I believe.
It looks Somali, but I don't know. So I was like,
I'm not 100% on that, but still,
like somewhere in that region that we're getting a bunch of people that just like don't care about life and kill
stabbed a bunch of people, murderer. And then they made a fucking special about him and made it a young, rich little white kid to make it be like, oh, well, it's obviously
they made it like a
white one that's bad
instead of like, no, this is just a piece of shit.
Well, what was that docu-series where they made the Nordic people like an African woman? It was like a Norse king, and they made him an African woman.
Don't remember. The Ring of Power.
That too, but it wasn't that. But still,
the orcs have family, and they care about them.
They don't care about war. They're not born of evil and hatred.
Uruk-hai and thus the orcs, because they're devolved from them, were tortured elves that literally reproduce after torturing souls of those that they've captured and turning them to the dark side. They don't have families. They don't reproduce like that.
Well, you know what does reproduce, sadly, Jimmy?
Hollywood.
Well, not just Hollywood. See, here's the thing. It's a specific part of Hollywood, okay? It's not just a part of Hollywood, okay? It is a people, okay? And when I say a people, I want you all to understand that there are apes that live among us, and not in the sense that I think a lot of people think, which is, let's be real, the racist way that we're going about this, right?
Oh, I thought we were about
no. I'm talking about Rachel Zegler.
Yeah.
Now, this is Snow White. Now, let me ask you really quick, Dalton.
That's supposed to be about a very pale and almost vampiric-like individual that has
what is her skin described as, by the way?
Pale as snow, I believe, is the exact description.
Really? I think you are correct. Now, also, what does the evil queen? She uses a particular device. Dalton, care to offer your thoughts? What device does the evil queen use to ask a particular question?
It's a mirror, Dalton.
It's a mirror. It's a mirror.
Yeah, very good. Dalton. I'm so proud of you for knowing your Disney, Dalton.
I tried so hard.
What the fuck?
Jimmy,
I can see the confusion in your eyes.
Obviously knows fuck all about this subject. Would you like to tell me what does the queen ask?
Who is the fairest of them all? I believe, which, if we go by the terms of the time, literally meant the most beautiful.
Okay, so let me just really quickly. I would like to just point something out. Just give me.
Yeah, the evil queen was supposed to be jealous of Snow White's appearance. Think. Whatever the fuck your fucking name is, I'm not even gonna try to say that.
I just want to point something out because I you know
that.
Well, we obviously we have the wonderful fucking Rachel Zegler with her hairy back and her weird fucking penis haircut. But also the evil queen is obvious. She should be uglier than the penis known as Snow White, right?
Thanks, Mr. Biden.
Never thank Biden, ever.
That was right before you sniffed him.
So I asked the chat, who would you be more likely to put your wiener in? There we go.
What, you think I was going to let the poors have one?
There you go. So we've got Gal Gadot. This is the evil queen that is apparently supposed to be uglier than the Beast Titan that we saw prior. Now, as you can see, Gal Gadot is an Israeli model, also a previous IDF soldier. Also, does not look like the Beast Titan from Attack on Titan. Also,
Big ass titties.
Those two, literally.
Could literally crush your head between her thighs, you know?
You know what? Let's actually look up Gal Gadot thighs. All right. So, like, look at them thighs, right? So, like, you know, would get crushed. Yes, please. Right now. What we're going to do is we're going to do this. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a moment, everybody. We're going to type in Rachel. I'm not typing in anything mean. Rachel Zegler, okay? All right. We're going to look at Rachel Zegler's fucking photos, everybody. Let's see. Is she the prettiest of them all? Well, God says no, because God says your eye.
Absolutely fucking not.
Hey, Sid the Sloth, maybe don't act.
No. Sid the Sloth was
Zendaya. This is Sid the Sloth's retarded cousin.
No, I was going with whoever the fuck played Ariel in the live action.
That too. But please, there's not a single flattering photo.
I can see the fetal alcohol syndrome, yes.
This is fetal alcohol syndrome. This is fetal alcohol syndrome face.
And also Indian ancestry.
No, she's Puerto Rican.
Dot, not feather.
No, she's Puerto Rican.
I don't believe you.
She's Puerto Rican.
Because it's the ugliest Puerto Rican I've ever seen.
What's this? What's that, Dalton?
Is Sid the first one? Lombax is saying Sid is more attractive. I'm just trying to remember who Sid was.
Sid from Ice Age, the sloth. Here we go. You know what?
I was really hoping there was going to be a picture of
Wood,
the live action Ariel.
Lombax, that was a great one.
Yeah, Wood.
Oh,
cheers!
Did you see that there is a clip from the new live action Lilo and Stitch, which only made me angry?
I saw that there's a trailer about that, but
because the biggest thing about Lilo and Stitch was pointing out the terrors of what tourism is doing to Hawaii and the fact that it was entirely done in fucking watercolor.
I'm all for terrorizing Hawaii.
Also, they're like confusing brown facing some white chick to be
No. The all the main people are Hawaiian. Actually Hawaiian. Yeah, even the light chick.
She's no
Hawaiian.
curves.
But she's still Hawaiian.
This is also bothering me because
there was a huge hubbub about that. She's Hawaiian. She's actually, I think, the most Hawaiian out of all of them. She's like native, was born there. She's tribal.
Why are you licking your mic?
Dalton is trying to see if he could taste anything right now. I believe
Dalton is going full fucking lizard brain.
I feel like Dalton is licking things just to see if he can.
God, that man looks really pissed.
Things I say about my penis.
Third, I know many Hawaiians. They are not dicks. They're tired of white people coming down and enslaving their entire island.
Which we need to do more of. See, I'm a firm believer in slavery. No.
Sometimes, especially when you're dealing with subject matter like executing pedophiles, you gotta have a little fun.
Can I actually say Michael Malice gave the funniest fucking thing?
I told you about this last week.
You told us about it. I'm not sure if Demi heard it.
No.
Brilliant.
Okay, so what was Dalton? It was essentially that we owe reparations to black people, right, Demi?
For what?
Well, for slavery, but obviously we can't pin it on the people living here today. So let's just settle in the middle and let's deal with Canada and let's just take over Canada and give all of the people
the only way to rectify the fact that Southern slavery existed was to have Northern slavery. And that means there is twice as many black people as there is Canadians if we required Canada. I'm not drunk. And so we could enslave them, and that's our reparations. That was his argument.
I'm fine with enslaving Canadians. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I would then like to point out that the most enslaved people on Earth are the Finnish, which are very white and didn't become free until like the 90s. That's not a joke, people.
Well, we're talking about Canadians right now.
Yeah, I already said we're going to enslave them. That's fine.
I don't have a clip for that.
Dalton, what are you doing that is causing your entire screen to bounce?
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just my camera's on a tripod. I'm a couple beers deep.
But yeah, no, I saw that trailer for Lilo and Stitch, and I was like, wow, so they're legitimately ruining one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid.
I haven't watched Lilo and Stitch in like 20 years.
I honestly recommend rewatching it because you're gonna realize like the only message is Hawaii's pretty and let's be family. That's it. There is no like hidden back in agenda.
Hanamans destroy the entire ecology of the native islands and enslave the Browns.
What's really funny is the fact that it like points out that, oh no, as a fucking private that accidentally met aliens, I convinced them that mosquitoes are an endangered species so they wouldn't destroy our planet.
If they're penetrating, we're penetrating.
Yes. I don't care about native populations. Can I explain my reasoning?
Oh, I usually don't either. I just liked the movie. It was cute.
No, that's fine. It's a great movie. It's a very cute movie. I love Lilo and Stitch. Don't care about the native populations, just like I don't care about Native Americans. I believe that if your fucking tribe was engaging in tribal warfare against other tribes and constantly engaging in cannibalism and debauchery, fucking completely annihilating the ideals of personal and private property and engaging in what can only be considered barbarism. Yeah. And then you were conquered by the white man. Oh, fucking well.
You son of a bitch.
I will say
the Hawaiian Islands are no different than fucking Native Americans or any other fucking culture that's been taken over by any other number of nations, whether that be Rome, the Ottoman Empire, whatever it might be.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know that area very well. But the Hawaiians were like, yeah, you guys can come down here. And then suddenly a bunch of plantations took over and they went, wait.
Probably, but at the same time, you know,
I'm not taking away the barbarism of their past. Don't get me wrong, because I know that. But it was like when they started interacting with white men, it very much was like, yeah, come over here. We've kind of gotten away from us.
I think it was a trade thing, to be honest.
It was literally
we definitely
just
dicked them over, but we dicked a lot of people over.
Yeah, and then we just started taking over the entire island. So it's like, we don't own our islands anymore. And every time we've tried to peacefully go, hey guys, please don't, you've sent death squads.
Heard sums it up very well. Colonization is a good thing. Yeah. In the majority, if you actually look at history from an objective world like point of view, colonization has led to the betterment of mankind.
Who was it again that did the highest KD ratio? Margaret Thatcher.
No. Wait, is that who was it? Cardi B? How many abortions she had? So wet ass pussy, Dalton. Because of all the blood, you get it?
Mitch McConnell, he eats orphans.
What the fuck?
Feed me, poor people.
All right, guys. It is
Feed me the economically challenged.
It is 10:22. We're about 30 minutes past our end time.
I'm a little drunk.
Tonight was an autistic night.
We still have 30 more minutes we've got to do.
Yeah, we got our after show. Everybody, we love you very much. Make sure to go on Locals right now. Now, remember, we do not have 50 members on Locals yet, which means you guys 26. Get a 30-minute after show. Now, if you want a longer after show, become a member for free. Don't be gay. Be a member.
Wait a second. Like,
gay.
Members are gay.
It's actually true. A huge amount of them are.
I think it's almost exactly half.
Are very
Only
gay.
A handful.
A handful of gays doth rule parsnips.
We're not saying how they fit in your hand. We're saying, like literally numbers wise.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah, grabbing their balls doesn't count, Dalton.
Not gonna lie though. It's gonna be weird because I'm drunk.
Now just remember, Dalton is drunk. I am going to operate completely uncensored. So can we please get a post about the locals? Thank you, Shell. Shell has posted the link. Everybody remember, it is free. There is a supporters package as well. If you choose to do that, we thank you very much. It does help us continue to grow and do other random shit. But it is free.
Yep. As soon as we reach 50 people, 50 members. I'm drunk. We can do longer streams. We can do a lot of cool stuff.
Dalton will say the N word.
Not.
You don't know. We'll find out if it's true on locals.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys there.
Dalton's going to take his pants off.
You never know.
He might. He did last time.
I might not, though.
He will.
I don't know.
Bully him into it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys over there in about 5 minutes.
Locals, we love you very much.
Take your pants off.
You got to pay first.